Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. How's everybody doing? It is a nice sunny Tuesday morning, and today is tuner upgrade day for my Les Paul Special. It's got these tuners on it from the factory. Not bad. Actually stays in tune pretty good. Just don't like the way they feel. Great guitar. These are $9.99 new. This is a 2020 model. Picked it up from a retired gentleman for about $700. No wear onto it at all. This is all from me. I've been playing it pretty hard for the last couple of weeks. There's no signs of wear anywhere, and I don't think he ever even played. He said he didn't. Said he always wanted to learn guitar when he retired, and just never did. So today we're going to make a road trip about an hour away to get some new Gibson Deluxe tuners. Get them on there, get it restrung, and maybe we'll do a sound demo. These pickups sound absolutely killer. I'm usually a humbucker guy, but these things sound killer. So hang tight, be right back. All right, so I'm on my way to my local guitar center. Local is an hour away, but either way, I'm on my way to Guitar Center to pick up those tuners and see what else they have. They haven't had much lately. I live directly in between two of them, about 50 miles each way. Neither one of them had a whole lot between, I think, their bankruptcy and the pandemic. Such a low amount of music gear out there, and what is out there is going ridiculously high. But nonetheless, I got a good deal on this Les Paul, and I'm going to throw some good Gibson Deluxe tuners on it. Feel like it'd be more stable. I plan on gigging this guitar. It'll be my number one or number two. I really dig the sound of it. It's just got a mid-range gnarly growl that my Les Pauls with the humbuckers just don't have. It's quite a shock to me. But I hope everybody's well, and I hope everybody's healthy. We're finally getting some beautiful weather here today. It's going to be 75 and sunny. So, nice drive. And like I said, I've got some gigs coming up finally. Here in New York, we are finally starting to open up, and the gigs are starting to come in. So I couldn't be more excited about that. Been a rough 14 months. I've had a few gigs in between there. Nothing steady and, very sporadic. But it'll be nice to be steady. This year will be less than years past. I know the year before the pandemic, we were booking, the band I was with at the time, we were booking 2 to 4 shows a week while working a full-time job and while doing solo acoustic gigs on top of that. It was just too much. I'm not going to be doing that this year. I don't know if I'll ever do that many again. The band I'm with now they're pretty good with 2 to 3 gigs a month, and right now that's kind of where I want to be anyways, so that works out good. Perfect for me, actually. And with maybe an acoustic solo gig here or there. But figured I'd take you along on my trip with me a little bit, and I'll be back shortly. All right, everybody, we are back after a 2-hour car ride there and back. We got our tuners. This is what I want to put on it. And a lot of people like locking tuners, and I've used locking tuners in the Gibsons many times in the past myself, but I've been liking the traditional look. This is what it had on it. Those little, I don't even know what they call them, butter beans, or, I mean, they're Gibson Deluxe tuners. Just don't like them. Stays in tune well enough. It's just not my thing. They don't feel solid, especially on the heavier strings, but give it a try here. Bought these from Guitar Center, these new tuners. Same as it's been all along. Empty store, no product. No product. I know a lot of the smaller shops are starting to get a lot of inventory and a lot of the back orders. So that leads me to believe that what's left with Guitar Center's issue is probably bankruptcy related. Which is understandable. I'm sure they've got some supplier issues. They did have a couple of nice standards in there. Had 3 total. One, I didn't care for the neck angle at all. The symmetry was not good. 2 of them they looked really good. I think Gibson is doing a pretty good job lately. This guitar here, this 2020, this is a fantastic guitar. I love it. It's probably going to wind up being my number 1. Excuse me. For just a flat slab of wood, I love the simplicity of it. It's exactly what I was looking for and exactly why I wanted one. I even don't mind these little predetermined bridges. The intonation's really good on it. I have no complaints. Dispose of these, I'll be right back. All right, we are back again. Gotta get a couple more tools. All right, let's get this flipped over and get these old tuners off of here. So what has everybody been up to during this pandemic? A lot of people writing music and recording. That's pretty awesome. I did a little bit of writing with a friend of mine. Probably not as much as I should have. Maybe I'll let it past this boring part. Maybe I won't. We'll see. Yeah, these little butterbean tuners, they say Gibson Deluxe right on them. And like I say, they're rock solid. Just not my cup of tea. I don't even like the looks of them. I much prefer, the old standard pearloid button like I purchased. All right, let's see what the... Nice thing about these flat guitars is really not much to clean other than the pickups and the pick guards. This little tool here is fantastic for that. Just a little dust, a little pick dust from the pick grinding off. Fretboard's in good shape. I just cleaned and oiled that when I restrung it last week. So I think I'll forego that. But I may have to do some work on this to get these to work. These have a different setup entirely. Is knock those out. Let's see how hard they're going to come out. Not hard at all. Should get a punch, but we won't do that. Don't plan on reusing these. That one doesn't want to come out though. I'll be right back. Get some of this stuff out of here so I don't lose it. Not sure what string gauge I'm going to put on here either. I just put 8s on my other Les Paul. It makes it really comfortable to play. Let me adjust this camera up a little bit. Super, super slinky, but almost too slinky. Let's see if this does any better. Do not want to break. This is my guitar, so I'm not quite using the care maybe that I would use on somebody else's. So before we go crazy with that, started moving real easy, but doesn't want to move now. Don't want to hammer so hard that it cracks anything. I'm gonna have to go out to the garage. I'll be back. All right, we've made this little very primitive homemade bushing puller. I'm not smacking on this thing anymore. See how it works. Basically, I just sawed off a little chunk of wood and used a metal brace to give it some rigidity, and use a washer for the little nut. It just pulls it right up. No hammering required, other than the flathead screw that gets stuck in there a little bit, but zero issues. Sometimes you have to improvise, I guess. I'm sure Stu Mac or somebody makes a tool for this. I just don't do this enough and do it on anybody else's guitars other than my own to bother or warrant buying this. This took me 2 seconds out in the garage with just some spare stuff I've got kicking around. It seems to pull these bushings right up with really no force whatsoever needed. Just gently tap that back down. That way to keep it off the truss rod cover. They put these, I don't know what you call them, butter bean tuners, or I'm not sure what Gibson calls them. They put them on these to make them period correct. So I mean, I get it. Just don't like them. To me, when I think of cool Gibson Les Paul, you know, I don't think of this. I think of this. Gibson Deluxe. All right, 3 more to go. Done here in no time. Like I said, I'm sure Stu Mac or somebody has the tool for this. I have no doubt that there's some sort of little press. It's probably similar to what I just did. I'm sure somebody makes it. It's the only time I've needed one. Usually, interesting. Usually I can just use a screwdriver or a little punch or something. They usually come right out. These ones were actually pressed in there quite nice, which is good. Because I tell you, I pulled them out in the past and just been like, wow, really? This is how little tolerance you have when you're drilling holes. So, makes for a little more work. But I'm actually glad the tolerances have gotten better. Anybody else have one of these 2020 Les Paul special tributes? I think they're called. They're $9.99 new. And I gotta tell you, frickin' ridiculously good. Ridiculously good. I have owned probably 50 Les Pauls. Many of them high end. Many of them. More than half of them are standards or better. Obviously, I've owned some. And we're talking Gibsons. I'm not talking, that doesn't even count all the Epiphones I've owned over the years. I'm talking Gibsons only. Probably at least 50. I've owned, in the last 12 months, I've owned 6, I think. Including one of the brand new 2020 Gold Tops standards. That was a nice guitar. Too heavy for me, which is why I went to one of these. It's just a little bit lighter, just enough that when you're playing a 4-hour gig, you're not just getting cremated. Especially you get to be older. You start having neck and back problems like I do, because I spent my entire life wrenching on cars. That's it. That's all I made. Just this cheap bolt nut, a bunch of crap I had out in the garage. And if this was somebody else's guitar, I would have made sure I protected the headstock, but that's soft wood, and all it was a big paint stir. It didn't leave a mark on it. Not a mark. So, no worries there. Let's see what we're going to contend with next. Really thought this was going to be drop-in. Gibson parts and a Gibson guitar, but who knows? Just fine. Perfect. Okay. Does everything line up? Nope. That's a problem. Gibson, what are you doing to me here? Gibson, Gibson, Gibson. Why? Why would you? That's all I have to say. Why? 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 I have to ream this headstock. And I am not even remotely excited about that. But what am I going to do? Has to be done. Promise you, ladies and gentlemen, use a reamer. I know, ironic, I'm wearing a Fender shirt. I own one Fender guitar, but the shirt was given to me. Use a reamer. Do not use a drill bit. Use a drill bit on one of these, and you will be so sorry. Beyond belief. All right. Here goes everything, right? Shit, I hate doing this. A little bit. Just enough. Close. One thing we'll say about this, no going back. Alrighty. I'll be right back. I'm going to ream these and get a vacuum. All right. So I've got these all reamed out now, and just got to screw them in. Started screwing this one in. Putting the front pieces on, I apologize. It took about 10 minutes to ream those out and clean my mess up. So wanted to at least show you what we were dealing with here. And so because I used Gibson parts, everything is screw-wise, as far as the size of the holes and the spacing, line right up. I gotta imagine I probably could have used Gibson tuners as well. I'm pretty sure they're classic pearloid button-in tuners. I think they make obviously the exact same dimensions, so you don't have to change anything. Was a little bummed I had to do the reaming in the headstock Gibson. Come on. Really? I'm just getting these in 3, 4, 5 threads, not tight. Get these all started. And then I'm going to put the washers and the lockers on the front. Get them started. Then I will start tightening everything. These already look way better. Man. I know a lot of people back in, before all these locking tuners used to put the Grovomatics, the Grovers on there. And you still get the Les Pauls with the Grovers. I don't get it. The classics by Gibson come with Grovers on it. Makes no sense. Nothing even remotely classic about that. Back in the day, these did not come with Grovers on them. I don't know. To me, that's the look of a Les Paul. Night and day. To me, it's just night and day. I'll get all these started. Actually, I better make sure that's facing the right direction. Guess what? It is not. These washers got to go on one way. They've got a beveled edge. You want to make sure you have the bevel up. Otherwise, you tighten it down and put a hell of an indentation on your Les Paul headstock. Not that you'd see it, because you'd flip the washer over and it'd still be hidden, but you'd know it's there. All right. I kind of skipped ahead. I didn't want to bore you with putting some screws in, but there's the finished product. Absolutely perfect. And this is what a Gibson Les Paul headstock, in my opinion, no matter what model, that's what that should look like. Huge, huge upgrade for me. Time to restring. And earlier actually, not yet. Gotta lube my nut. Big Ben's nut sauce. Big Ben's, B-E-N-D-S. Big Ben's nut sauce. Just a little drop of this up on the nut. That's all you need, is a little drop. Use graphite. Yes, there's other things you can use. Not sponsored by these guys. I pay full price for it. I find it's the best stuff I've ever used. Comes with these nice little applicators once you squirt some in there, depending on the size of your slots there. Let's get the whole slot full. And that's that. 2 seconds and a few pennies worth of sauce. Stuff works so good, I don't even put it on every time I change the strings. I put it on about every 3 times I change the strings. That's how good it does, staying in there. Graphite, it's gone in about 48 hours for me. I put 8s on my other Les Paul. I've always run 10s on this one. I'm getting old. Tendonitis, and I've had 2 carpal tunnel surgeries. So, I'm going to try to run some 9s. I'm going to use some Ernie Ball Super Slinkies today. Everybody has their opinion on how to string up guitars. I only show you what I do. These are wraparound bridges, so to get one going here. I go 1 post past where I'm going. 1. That's it. You do not want or need any more than that. All that does is create unnecessary tension on your tuners. And let me tell you what I do next. I'm not sure if you can see it or not. We can get it to focus in. 1.5 to 2 wraps. And I've got it wrapped so that it's pinched 1 over, 1 under. And it's just that easy. Funny on these specials that they do the bridge like PRS does. First one, make that go under and over. There we go. I know some people don't mind what the headstocks look like. They got a big bush of spiders and whatever the frick you want to call them. I can't stand that. Drives me nuts. I like it to look neat and tidy. Okay, that one will go over, next one will go under. And then you basically have, which I'm sure a lot of you have seen videos on how to lock your strings. This is how you do it. I can tell you, it's this is the most stable way to string up your guitar. And they have tuning stability. Under, so that my first wrap is over. Come on. Sometimes these G strings fuck with me and fight me. Pardon my mouth. We'll edit that out. Ernie Ball. No sponsors for this video. Just use stuff I like to use. I go through spurts with strings. Sometimes I get mad. I feel like I get in some bad sets of Ernie Balls. I switch over to Diodarios. Sometimes I feel like I got some bad sets of Diodarios. I go back to Ernie Ball. The older and older I get, the more I feel like it doesn't even matter. That a string is a string. I'm sure I'll catch some shit for that. Some of these smaller strings, you could probably go less than one post, but I still go one post. This had 10s on it. We're going down to 9s. We'll see what we have to change on the setup. I won't bore you with that. There's a gazillion videos setting up Les Pauls. No need for me to bore you with another one. See how I just fish that so that it's over the line. Whoops, good talking, I get screwed up. And the next one I want to make sure is under. And then they all go under from there. That pinches the wire sticking through, the string that's going through. It pinches it. And once these are stretched, other than some temperature and humidity changes, rock solid tuning. And I'll tell you, usually I don't cut them until I'm done. But there you go. We'll tune it up real quick and laying flat, and we'll tune it again in playing position because it will change. Okay, it's a little out. We're gonna stretch them again. Nice and easy on the lighter gauge. These tuners feel real good too. There you have it. I'm going to make a separate video for the tone test of this guitar. I love it. There is with the new tuners. Good stuff. As always, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thanks for coming to my channel, trying to get this thing going. If you like what you see so far, hit subscribe. Please hit the like button. That helps the algorithm pick up my video. And we'll see you next time.